From the rising of the sun to its going down, the Lord's name is to be praised. Let us open our hearts to his presence and listen for his voice in the stillness of this evening hour. Our evening sacrifice, the desire of ages, chapter 10, the voice in the wilderness, October 3rd. How cheering is the Christian's hope, while toiling here below. It buoys us up while passing through this wilderness of war. It buoys us up while passing through this wilderness of woe. This chapter is based on Luke 1, verse 5 to 23 and verse 57 to 80. Chapter 3, verse 1 to 18. Matthew 3, verse 1 to 12 and Mark 1, verse 1 to 8. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together, for the mouth of the Lord hath spoken it. Isaiah 40, verse 5. With awed yet exultant spirit, he searched in the prophetic scrolls the revelation of the Messiah's coming, the promised seed that should bruise the serpent's head, Shiloh, the peace giver, who was to appear before a king soon should cease to reign on David's throne. Now the time had come. A Roman ruler sat in the palace upon Mount Zion. By the sure word of the Lord, already the Christ was born. Isaiah's rapt portrayals of the Messiah's glory were his study by day and by night. The branch from the root of Jesse, a king to reign in righteousness, judging with equity for the meek of the earth, a covert from the tempest, the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Israel no longer to be termed forsaken, nor her land desolate, but to be called of the Lord my delight, and her land Beulah. Isaiah 11 verse 4, 33 verse 2, 62 verse 4. The heart of the lonely exile was filled with a glorious vision. He looked upon the king in his beauty, and self was forgotten. He beheld the majesty of holiness, and felt himself to be inefficient and unworthy. He was ready to go forth as heaven's messenger, unawed by the human, because he had looked upon the divine. He could stand erect and fearless in the presence of earthly monarchs, because he had bowed low before the King of Kings. John did not fully understand the nature of the Messiah's kingdom. He looked for Israel to be delivered from her national foes, but the coming of a king in righteousness and the establishment of Israel as a holy nation was the great object of his hope. Thus he believed would be accomplished the prophecy given at his birth, to remember his holy covenant, that we bring delivered out of the hand of our enemies, might serve him without fear in holiness and righteousness before him all the days of our life. He saw his people deceived, self-satisfied, and asleep in their sins. He longed to rouse them to a holier life. The message that God had given him to bear was designed to startle them from their lethargy and cause them to tremble because of their great wickedness. Before the seed of the gospel could find lodgment, the soil of the heart must be broken up. Before they would seek healing from Jesus, they must be awakened to their danger from the wounds of sin. This passage was taken from The Desire of Ages, page 103 and 104. Pacific Press Publishing Association, copyright 2005, or Evening Sacrifice, October 3. I encourage you to connect with God and receive strength to overcome obstacles each day. Thank you for listening. Please join us tomorrow as we offer up our evening sacrifice.